So we'll start now for today's session.
Hmm.
We discussed last time
The plan defines.
hmm?
Plan defines what the
Yeah,
plan defines.
we discussed about communications.
Communication management plans.
Yes. Okay. We discussed until here.
Yes, correct.
How, who, when, and what.
Hmm.
Today we'll discuss about the stakeholder engagement grid. Uh, the grid will be interest,
Hmm.
interest, interest of stakeholders with power and influence of stakeholders. So how much they are interested and what is their influence. So if the power is less and the influence is also, the power is less and their interest is also less, so those stakeholders can be monitored. Okay, but if
Hmm.
the power is, again, influence is less, the stakeholder influence is less, but their interest is
Hmm.
high. Okay, if their interest is high, so we have to keep them informed, like the
Hmm.
supplier, coach, or the tester.
Hmm.
And if we have a stakeholder where his interest is high and also he has a great influence, so we should manage them closely, like, sponsor, executive, CEO. Okay,
Hmm.
if we have a stakeholder whose influence is more but interest is low,
Hmm.
so we keep them satisfied, like senior functional managers or regularity authorities. Okay,
Okay.
managing conflicts, understanding conflict sources and establishing ground rules for effective resolution.
Hmm.
So the tools and techniques for this managing conflict is, we will be discussing conflict resources, ground rule for resolution, handling rule violations, conflict resolution methods. Conflict management. So this picture is very funny. Address conflict early before it escalates. So better outcomes. So it means we have to address the conflict
Ah.
early before it escalates
Hmm.
to deliver better outcomes.
Okay.
And what to do? Communicate
Hmm.
openly, respectfully, safe environment, calm tone, plus
Hmm.
non-threatening body language. Also, in the conflict management, we should focus on the issues, not the people. Don't blame and solve the situation, and focus
Hmm.
on present and future, not the past. So past arguments can intensify conflict, and search for alternative together, like rebuild relationships, turn conflict into collaborative problem solving. Conflict is inevitable in projects. So in conflict management, we should address the issues first. That's the main point, not the people. Okay,
Hmm.
don't blame, and we should solve the solution, the situation, and focus on present. We should not talk about the past, that what you did before and what actually happens and why you did this and why you don't do this. Okay, so we should be focusing on the present, not the future and not the past. Okay,
Hmm.
so we should build a good project manager is a good conflict manager. Okay, he should resolve the conflicts.
Hmm.
So that's the main
Okay.
point in a project manager. Conflict management, good conflict management leads to higher productivity, better working relationship, and better decisions. So if the conflict are resolved, so we should be having a higher productivity, and we should have good relationships, and we should have better decisions, like diverse perspective when managed will drive innovation and smart output. So it means the output will be good. Okay, again, the
Hmm.
output will be good if we are a good conflict managers. Factors
Okay.
affecting conflict resolution method. What are the factors that are affecting the conflict resolution method? Like time pressure. If there is time pressure, so
Hmm.
if we have limited time, can push for quicker, less detailed resolution approaches. So if we have less time, so we cannot resolve the conflict, quickly. So that's why it is one of the factor affecting the conflict resolution method. Relative power, relative power in a sense of the balance of power between parties can shape how conflicts are approached and settled. It means if one party is stronger, another party is not stronger, so it can also influence the conflict resolution method. Need to preserve the relationship. Maintaining a good relationship can influence how gently or aggressively conflict is handled. Okay, so we need to preserve that. And motivation to resolve short term versus long term. The desire to solve the conflict may depend on whether the focus is immediate or for the future. So if there should be a motivation to resolve. Okay, short term versus
Okay.
long term is there. And then importance and intensity of the conflict. More serious or impactful conflict often require more structured resolution methods. Okay, so that is the most important. And the serious or impactful conflicts, there should be more resolution methods. There should be more standardized method to resolve the conflict. So if the
Okay.
intensity is high, so it means if the intensity high is high, the conflict resolution methods, this is one of the factor. If the intensity high, so it means there will be a lesser chances to resolve the conflict. Tailoring.
Okay.
Tailoring mean how we can expedite. Okay, how we can expedite,
Mm.
how we can execute fastly. How to tailor project management methods, process, and artifact to match your project context and maximize value, because every project is different. Okay, so we have to tailor the project management techniques in such a way that it gives us that we achieve the project successfully. So that is the main task, the main thing, the main point in discussing the tailoring and project management techniques. So as a definition, tailoring is deliberate adaptation of the project management approach, governance, and process to fit the project management environment and objectives. It's called tailoring. Okay, how we adapt to the project management approaches, as I discussed here, how we adapt to the project management approaches in terms of governance, in terms of process, to fit the project environment and objectives. So there is a development approach, predictive, adaptive, and hybrid, and there is process and governance, how decision controls and reporting work, project life cycle, deliverables, stakeholder and team involvement is also there. So the trailing align execution with project objectives and constraints. So not one size fits all. Okay, it means if we have a t-shirt, it does not fit all. Okay, it does
Okay.
not fit all. The small size or the large size does not fit all the human beings, but we have to tailor it, right? This is one
Mm.
of the example. We have to tailor it in such a way. We have to tailor the project management techniques in such a way that it fits our project environment and objectives.
Mm.
Here in tailor, we have to add, we have to modify, we have to remove, we have to blend, and we have to align the project management techniques
Mm.
and processes. How
Okay.
tailoring works, the core logic is low risk appetite and high risk tolerance.
Mm.
So organization should tailor themselves differently based on risk appetite. So how much is the risk there for the organization? If there is low risk appetite, more structured processes and stronger oversight to reduce uncertainty. So if we have a low risk appetite, okay, so the processes will be more structured, more strong
Mm.
in order to reduce the uncertainty. And if we have a high risk tolerance, if we can tolerate the risk high, if the organization can tolerate the risk high, so they have to be more agile, more adaptable. Their decision should be autonomous, and it should be adjust rigor based on need. So it means if we have a high risk, we have to be more agile, more adaptive. Tailoring means selecting and adjusting multiple factors to fit project context, goals, operating environment, scale, and complexity. Again,
Mm.
it means we have to find the right level of the project management processes, tools, and techniques to fit the
Mm.
purpose of the project, to fit the project environment in order to gain successful project completion on time and on budget. Why tailor? No single best method. So every project is unique. Okay, this is the project itself. The definition of the project is every project is unique. There are
mm,
varied stakeholders expectations, and there are constraints, unique constraints and unique risks also, and the team should be mature and experienced. So this is one of the project management, why we say it is unique, because it has this thing, because some team members are mature, most of the team members are mature and experienced.
mm,
The project has constraints and risks. Context matters,
mm,
like industry and domain differences, regulatory requirements may be different organizational contexts and technology and tools. Maybe we are using different project management information system techniques or
mm,
tools. Okay, or in communication we are using different technology. So there is no one size fits all. Again, tailor in project management. So it does not mean you're okay that this is like, we apply only the project management techniques to all the projects
mm,
all over the world. No, but it has to be tailored in such a way that it fits the project requirement. What drives tailoring decisions? So the tailoring decisions
mm,
is being driven by the duration, the complexity of the project and the scale, the culture, the governance expectations, how much the project is critical, it is fast track, or it is leisure project, how much the diversity of the stakeholder is, how much the number of stakeholder are on the project, and also organization project management maturity, how much the project management, the PMO office is mature, board of governors are mature. So these are all the factors or all the drivers that tailor the decisions in terms of a project.
mm,
Now here in engagement tailoring, how you tailor people involvement. So people involvement are being tailored in assessing the skills and capabilities of leadership and team, ensure the team can adapt as project need involve. So we should have such type of team members who work on different projects and on different with different environment, with different culture, with different diverse people. So they should be adaptable. The team members should be adaptable to the project. Okay, if we are putting some team members in the project, they should be adaptable, and
mm,
also they should be empowered. Decide what decision can be made locally by the team versus what needs approval. High capability and supportive environment, more empowerment. High risk, low maturity, more supervision and direction may be needed. So the team member should be empowered. That's also
mm,
one of the things. And integration, build one effective team from diverse contributors, improve team performance and enable project outcomes. So in integration, we are talking about the team member performance and how what they deliver and what are the outcomes in the project because of those team members. So this is how we tailor the people in terms of people, as a how much they are adaptive, and in terms of empowerment that they should decide as a technical lead, and also as an integration, how they integrate the tailoring process, high level approach. So if you see here,
mm,
we have different, like first there is a selection of initial development approach. Select a development approach best suited for the dealer. Second one is tailor for organization. We should tailor those initial development approach to modify the approach based on organization requirement. Okay,
mm,
then we tailor it for the organization. The third one is tailor for project. Again, we tailor for organization, then we tailor for project, then we implement the ongoing improvement, like inspect results and continuously adapt. We are continuously adapting here in the ongoing
mm,
improvement. We start from development approach, we tailor the organization, we tailor the project, and then we implement and we improve and we adapt here in the ongoing improvement flow. Select initial development approach. This step determines the development approach that will be used for the project. Team choose on product product knowledge and clarity requirements in terms of agile awareness of availability approach, what's best fit in desired delivery. So we should know what will be our delivery, how more value can be driven and how more value can be delivered. Okay, so we just set the initial development approach here. Then the suitability filter is there also, like the purpose, that help the team and choose project management approach that fits the project and organization, what it does, how the decision making tool should be, and how it guides selections, what are the techniques, what are the methods, what are the characteristics, is it adaptive, is it predictive, is it hybrid model of the project, how it is used, so we can combine the suitability assessment with other project data and decisions, use criteria based on organization culture, team dynamics, and project factors. So this is how we use the suitability factor here. Tailor
Okay.
for the organization. Organization sets the starting point. Project team improve their process, but organization often provide standardized methodologies, standard development approaches, and governance expectations. Where governance exists, tailor must align with policies and standards, required controls and reporting. So we are tailoring here. We should repeat the process. What are the measurement techniques? What are the improvement techniques here? And how organization can get can be tailored also, adding, removing, or adjusting elements to fit the organization. So we tailor the organization here. Okay.
Mm. Okay.
Then we assess the organization and project factors when tailoring. Like a general project management methodology, a general development approach, it can lead us to environmental factors like organization methodology for small projects, and then for large projects then we tailor it at the organization level, then we reach to the project methodology A, B, C, and D, and E. Okay, so this is how we assess the organization and project factors while tailoring it. Then the role of the PMO, the project management office, or the board of governors, they have a role in tailoring. They review it, they approve it, they enable it. Okay, in terms of value proposition, that how much it will be consistent, how much the quality can be delivered, how much we are sharing the knowledge, or can have a lesson learned, and how much efficient it will be, and how much we can reduce the double work or the duplication of the work.
Mm.
Then PMO focus areas are and modern expectations. We enable value delivery and ensures there is a compliance. This is the traditional approach.
Mm.
Traditional focus areas. We improve cost control. We enhance the delivery consistency. And the modern expectations are strategy. We have a strategy. We have organization strategy. We have project strategy. Then we adapt as priorities changes to stay relevant. We adapt the services. Then there is a catalyst. We do continuous improvement. Okay, we should have continuous improvement overall, and then it enables us as an agile. There is a sprint, and then it enables us flexibility
Mm.
and responsive delivery is there. Okay, so traditional approach means uh
Mm.
we have a pre-plan, like we
Mm.
have a pre-plan method as a traditional approach, which is
Okay.
we in the construction industry mostly we are using the traditional
Mm.
approach. But the modern approach is the is the agile approach or the adaptive approach.
Mm.
Okay, where we are
Okay.
developing softwares, or we are developing uh,
Apps.
different
Mm.
websites and
Mm.
softwares applications.
Apps.
So these
Yes.
are the modern expectations. Align tailoring across programs in multi-organizational projects. Tailor must consider the broader context. Align tailoring across related projects which ensure consistency in practices and decisions, efficiency in the execution, and a cohesive integrated delivery approach. Then in multi-organization environment, tailoring should adopt a multi-organizational mindset, ensure alignment between organizations, and maintain cohesion in how work is delivered. And there should be
Mm.
integration
Yes.
planning, where tailored practices are harmonized across organizations and the project operates as one coordinated system.
Mm.
So this is how we align across the programs and multi-organizational projects. Like tailor
Okay.
must consider the broader context and then align tailoring across related projects. Related projects are programs, okay? And then
Yes.
multi-organization environment, and then integrated planning should be there, which means
Mm.
as a one coordinated system.
Okay.
So tailoring, the key principle is tailoring decision must not conflict across interconnected projects.
They're connected questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Tailor for the project, how to decide what to tailor. So tailor should be based on three attributes: project,
Mm.
product, deliverable, project team, and culture. So these are the three factors this that
Mm.
we decide how to. how to and what to tailor, like the deliverables and the team members and the culture. So there should be targeted questions which guide us like the processes. Then we have a development approach across predictive, adaptive, or hybrid approach.
Okay.
And then we have a life cycle, phase, gates, and iterations. So phases are there in the predictive life cycle, and iterations are there in the adaptive life cycle. Okay. And then we have tools and techniques. In tools and techniques, we see that how what best fits the context to tailor in terms for the project. Then we have a project team like tailor based on people realities. We have diversity across. We know what team size to what should be the team size, what should be the geography across the communications and the methods and the technology we are using for communications. Then the organization distribution, how the organization will be distributed, the team experience, how much they should be skillful, what should be their qualifications, and also the feedbacks related to the agile method, where we get the feedback from each sprint in agile method, which is adaptive life cycle. Then product or deliverable questions that drive tailoring, product attributes and considerations, like from time frame, technology, industry market, product type, standard compliance, delivery method, security, and requirement stability. So these are all product attributed and
Mm,
considerations where it drives tailoring in terms of a product. This is all agile. This we are talking
mm,
about
mm,
agile here,
mm,
where we have time frame, we have technology, market, product type, what are the standard compliance, what is the delivery method, what is the security, and
mm,
the requirement stability. Then culture is also there, tailor governance and
mm,
decision making style, like how much we have a trust, buy in, is there acceptance and support for the chosen approach, empowerment,
mm,
how much the team members are empowered, organization culture, like the alignment of the organization, implement ongoing improvement in terms of tailoring is not a one time exercise. There should be multiple exercises during progressive elaboration. Learning reveals how the team is working, how the product is evolving, and where improvements are needed, and use regular opportunities to inspect and adapt. Review points should be there, phase gated and retrospectives. Retrospective means we are looking backward. Prospective means we are
okay.
looking ahead.
Forward.
We are also
Oh.
looking backward, retrospectives. Okay,
Mm,
retrospectives
mm,
is also in agile, where we used to look backwards to the previous sprints, to
mm.
the previous releases,
Ah,
and adjust when needed, like process development approach and delivery frequency. So why ongoing improvement works: build ownership, quality focus, and trust, promote innovation over status quo. Tailoring the performance domains. So each performance domain can be tailored based on the project uniqueness. Project management principles guide practitioner behavior when tailoring domains. Tailor is driven by the context, environment. Context is
okay.
context is what you are delivering and why. And
Mm,
environment is the constraints, the industry, organization, and the stakeholders. So
mm,
this is called the environment in terms of the tailoring the performance domains.
mm,
Then diagnostics, we diagnose this, like use periodic reviews. There should be periodic reviews, revision 0, revision 1. There should be reviews.
mm,
We can look backward as a retrospective. We should also work on lesson learned from the previous sprints, from the previous releases, to check if the current approach works. Then even without retrospective, teams can detect tailoring needs by monitoring issues, risk, threats, quality metrics like the defects, rework, bugs. Stakeholder feedback is also required.
mm,
So
mm,
this is how we diagnose different applications,
mm,
different softwares. Okay, where we or the stakeholder feedback is also required. And the quality metrics will be there. How many number of releases have bugs? How many number of releases crashed?
okay.
Section 8, agile project management.
Mm,
So I think it is better to discuss this in different session, the agile part.
mm.
And we are left with only agile and some code of conduct, I think. Okay.
Oh, yes, yes.
So I will stop here, and next session will be for the
Okay.
agile.
Okay. Fine, sir.
Okay.
Mm.
I hope you start working on the MCQs again and finish it whatever you can.
Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah. Before the next class.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Sure. Okay, sir. Thank you.